To help understand how stem cells work in our patients receiving bone marrow transplants, we made a special zebrafish that allowed us to witness the birth of a blood stem cell in the body. The stem cell comes from a blood vessel cell. This blood vessel cell in green changes and rounds up and becomes a blood stem cell. At this point, it could be transplanted into a patient, just like we do a bone marrow transplant and rescue their immune system. This stem cell goes around and around in circulation and will ultimately colonize the next site where blood cells are forming, and that ends up in the tail. This stem cell has receptors on it, and it comes into contact with blood vessel cells that have the growth factor that binds to the receptor. This allows this stem cell to attach. Another growth factor comes and triggers a shape change, and the stem cell pokes through outside of the blood vessel. The stem cell will then travel into this space outside the blood vessel system, which is an environment or a niche. The stem cell is present and wants to attach to the gray cell, which is its nurse cell or stromal cell. The endothelial cells, or blood vessel cells, actually wrap themselves around the stem cell in a process we call cuddling, and this brings the stem cell next to the stromal cell. Divisions of the stem cells happens now, and the stem cells that are dividing out from the stromal cell will leave this pocket, whereas the stem cell that is attached will stay. This happens over and over again in many different stem cell niches. By 72 hours, there is a sea of stem cells that are cuddled by blood vessels, and they're sitting next to one of those nurse cells or stromal cells. By 96 hours, all of the stem cells actually leave, and they will go off into the blood vessel system and actually start to find another site of blood development, this time in the marrow. In the fish, this would be in the kidney. In humans, it would be in the bone marrow. Some of the cells actually bypass the kidney and ultimately go to the thymus. When they're in the thymus, they will start the immune system, and this allows the animal to have blood throughout its entire lifetime.